So this is a weird reality that I've learned from seriously only caring about yourself at the end of the day. Some people may call it borderline narcissism. People call it cocky. I actually remember, when was it? This was like ninth grade. That was when I began to start getting comments like, oh, you're so cocky. Selfish cocky. Sometimes mean. But they would always stay. It seemed like I was a good time and I was a fun time to be around, regardless of if I cared about myself more than other people, which you really should be doing, especially in this day and age. It was weird because I put so much focus on myself and my personal growth. I used to be 110 pounds, weak, frail, both physically and mentally. I didn't have the confidence to really do anything different with my life. But that all changed when I began to step foot in the gym and start working on my body. I truly believe that the easiest way to begin your journey as a young man or woman is go to the gym and train your body. Understand how it feels to be motivated, how it feels to be disciplined, how it feels to have neither of it. When you train your body, you're going through a trial by fire. You're putting yourself through trials and tribulations that you don't really have to go through, but the journey and the destination always makes it so much worth it. It honestly confuses me why some people, especially people who are in my life or were in my life, it really confuses me why they don't give themselves the self-respect to just work on their fitness and just do better with their lives. Perhaps they care about other people too much, or maybe they just don't care about themselves enough either. I've used this borderline narcissistic behavior to understand how to socialize with people, become more likable, more magnetic, more myself, of course. Because you can be likable, you can be magnetic, you can be fun to be around, but if you're not being yourself, then what's the fucking point? That's why I truly believe weird people have an advantage in life. Because, yeah, people like me were excluded a lot in social settings, were misunderstood. We are essentially targeted because of how we challenge people's minds and the normalcy that society tries to bring out to the crowd, you know? What am I talking about? Yeah, being weird has an advantage because we don't have to wear a mask. Some people, unfortunately, they live their whole lives wearing a mask, so they don't really understand what it means and how it feels to be weird. Weird is a good and bad term. It's odd, unconventional, it's rare. People can use this in a good or bad way, of course. but I'm using it in a good way because when you're weird, you obviously will stand out. And I truly believe that all of us have a trait that's weird, an interest that's weird. But of course, many of us are too afraid to share it and express it out to the world, because when you begin to step out of line, you become a target. You're more likely to become excluded. And through exclusion, you're fed the illusion that I don't belong here and I'm not welcomed here because of who I am as a person deep in my core. And, you know, we can all say it's not fair, but it is a dog-eat-dog world out here. It's tough. That's why if you can't find your home, if you can't find a place to stay where you feel like you belong, you have to create it yourself, which is essentially what I'm doing. Because it's not easy. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of us out there who are weird, but there's not a lot of us who are willing to take a step out from the shadows and really show the world who we really are and what we're capable of and why we're valuable. What am I talking about? Yeah, so, you know, it's funny because when you stop caring about other people so much and give yourself this self-respect to put yourself first, a crazy shift happens. You stop pedestalizing people above yourself, and you're able to lower the importance of what really goes on outside of your life. Because at the end of the day, you are only in control of your thoughts and your actions and your beliefs. You're in control of you, but you're not in control of anybody else. Yes, you can manipulate people to get things you want so that they can behave a certain way, but at the end of the day, you'll never have full control over other people like how you do for yourself. So I don't really think that's a good idea, in my opinion. Let people live. Live and let live. I mean, you are the weird one. You wouldn't want someone to manipulate you into being afraid and wearing a mask, being normal, hiding yourself from the world, never expressing yourself in the way that you want to. Because that's what happens to a lot of us. It's what's happening to a lot of us right now. And it's not pretty. Too many distractions. Too many distractions.